Good evening, everyone. Okay. My name is Lyric Jones, and I am a proud alumni of the House DC. Okay. I was never the type of girl to ask for help. I tried my best to take care of myself the best way I could without feeling like I was a burden. So I stayed to myself. I never had many friends. In fact, I was bullied daily. Eventually, I became the bully. Before anyone had a chance to attack me, I would attack them. This is how I decided to live my life. I lived this way every day up until my 10th grade year of high school, which was the year I became a former student of the House DC. When I walked into the House DC, I literally felt the love. These people who didn't even know me or what I was capable of treated me with respect. I knew who God was, but I felt as though I was being punished for my parents' mistakes and that we weren't worthy of God's love. At the House DC, I learned my worth. We had life sessions that made me think about how I was living, the choices I was making. I had one-on-one conversations with my mentor, Miss Brittany, that encouraged me to do better. I was finally on the right path, and then things began to take a turn for the worse. My household was dysfunctional to say the least. During a regular night of dysfunction in my home, a fight broke out. I still don't know how things escalated, but that night ended up being the worst night of my life. The ambulance was called because my father fell, busted his head, and was completely unconscious. My heart pounded out of my chest in fear as I waited for help to come. At that moment, I lost it. I remember how it felt to be bullied. I couldn't stand the thought, so I decided to fight back. That night, I ended up being arrested, charged with assault, attached with previous charges I got while fighting prior to the house. I was facing up to 5 years in jail. My lawyer told me that I had to do at least 2. I was finally getting my life together, getting to know Christ, starting to change my ways, and then just like that, I was facing 2 years jail time. My back was against the wall. I called on the only people I knew that would help me, and that was the House DC. When I explained to the staff what happened, they didn't look at me funny, they never judged me or said, "I told you so." We just prayed and jumped into action. My court date was in 1 week, and we didn't have much time to waste. My first court date approached. My lawyer showed up 5 minutes before rumbling through papers with no real care of my case. He told me to accept the plea and just do the time. But little did I know the House had a plan. The staff showed up to court and immediately fired my public defender. In 1 week, they found a lawyer that took on my case for free. The lawyer stood in front of the judge and fought for more time. I could have been sentenced to jail that day, but by the grace of God, I was granted more time. The next time I walked into the courtroom, I knew there was a chance that I wouldn't see outdoors for 2 years. My 19th birthday was the very next day. I couldn't fathom the thought of spending my birthday behind bars and being tried as an adult. I didn't know what to think. My lawyers were ready and prepared to fight. The staff begged the judge for mercy, but the odds were against me. The witnesses were against me, and the prosecutors wanted me in jail. I remember what I learned at the house. I began to reflect on conversations we had. I thought about the life sessions and remembered that there is a God who loves me unconditionally, and a God who forgives. The entire room was silent as I stood waiting patiently for my sentence. Instead of 2 years the prosecutors expected me to do, I was given probation with no jail time. Okay, God has given me yet another chance. I just want to say that. If the House DC wasn't there for me at that time, instead of standing here today, I would be standing behind bars. Because of the House DC, I'm free to do things I love, like spending time with my family and working on my art. My story isn't over yet, and I have a long way to go. But I can proudly say that I am here today because of God's mercy and the House DC's love and support. I now know who I am, my life has worth, and God has a plan for me. I'm not sure where my path will lead me or what obstacles I'll face, but I do know that I have a purpose, and I won't stop walking until I reach the end. Thank you.